It wouldn't be. What's the word for that?
What?
It's not. No, there's a word for like the Asian kind of Asianification of English. I forget what it's called.
So English.
Grown-up human comic people! Grown-up human comic people!
We're starting the episode now. This is episode 19 of Grown-up Human Comic People. Welcome to the show. Let's all cheers as we are supposed to do in the beginning of the show. There we go.
Nazdravia.
Actually, I blame all that on. I blame all that nonsense on Daniel because I was about to say like let's cheers and then he walked away from the table to get a coffee. So I feel like that was your fault. I'm going to go ahead and.
I take no responsibility for another man's actions.
That's okay.
Or inaction.
We're just glad that you're here.
What's that?
We're just glad that he's here.
Oh no! Of course we're glad he's here.
As we're happy you're here, Becky.
Yeah. We.
The real
I didn't
treat.
say well. I'm sorry. I didn't say welcome back in the last one.
Oh,
Yeah.
why?
Welcome back.
Oh, thank you.
I didn't mean to not say it. I just didn't.
I really did miss you guys a lot. You're like my brothers, and I tell everyone about you wherever I am, whether it's a hospital or I'm like, oh, God
Well, we
damn
miss
it.
you too whenever you're not here. Or all the time, I should say. But we're just the one you're not here. But yeah, no, it's good to have you back.
Thank you.
So yeah, we are Grown Up Human Comic People. You can find us at
A lot of places.
grownuphumans.com, epicastnetwork.com/grownuphumans, iTunes, Stitcher, Libsyn, Facebook, YouTube, SoundCloud at Grown Up Human Comic People, and Twitter, Tumblr, Instagram at Grown Up Humans. That was the most understandable I could possibly say that because I'm pretty fucked up right now. You can also go to the Southside Comic Book Shop. That's where we're kind of based out of at 1931 East Carson Street. Dan helps to provide us with all the comics we talk about. And he's not here right now, so shout out to Dan. He's up in the middle of nowhere in Seven Springs, freezing his dick off, getting lost in the woods.
Literally.
Yeah.
Right, literally.
Other plugs, J-Man with the band.
Midnight Rose, the name of our band.
Yep.
It's the K in Midnight.
Midnight.
Saying it. Just gotta keep
Just keep fucking saying it.
Yeah.
Becky?
Please check out metamesh.org. Any donations would be greatly appreciative. We provide internet to those who might not otherwise be able to afford it.
Yeah, it's run by that sweet son of a bitch over there, over on the couch. Yeah,
And me.
There he is. Oh, go to radicaltrivia.com. Come out to Radical Trivia shows around the city. We have a bunch of venues, and we will make you have a good time while playing trivia, unlike all those other trivia companies that are pretty fucking boring and, I don't know.
I can attest to that. That's how I met you.
Yeah.
I gave up boring old trivia that actually paid me money because I hated it. It was terrible and unfun, and Jared's is a lot of fun.
Yeah. If there's anybody out there listening that is a trivia host and you work for a different company, you can feel free to come and work for me. And if you go to a different trivia show, you can tell those people to fuck right off because they're probably doing a bad job. Anyway,
he's right.
We have a special guest, Brian, with us. Brian, why don't you tell us all the things you do and where you can find them?
Hey, what's up? My name is Brian. Some people call me Sykes. I do a podcast as well called Start the Beat that is also on the Epicast Network. Epicast shout-outs. Y'all the dudes.
Fuzzy. Nick.
Yeah.
I also do hip-hop stuff. Sykes. I'm also in the metal band Greywalker. And if you're curious about any of that, you can find me at therealsykes.com. Sykes with an I.
Boom,
I was going to ask that.
And I'm also on like Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, all that stuff at The Real Sykes with an I. Whatever. Just go to anything /The Real Sykes. Twitter, Pornhub, whatever. You'll find me. I'm on there.
You know that tonight I'm going to go on Pornhub.
Pornhub.com /The Real Sykes.
Do you have a handle on Pornhub?
And if I don't see your face, I'm going to be a little disappointed. We'll probably. I'm going to tell
Did
Chris
you
that-
know that they have some of the best statistics I've ever seen? Like the
Pornhub?
most comprehensive. They do at the end of every year, they do statistics in terms of geographics and what like what's the top hit in every country. I mean, I used to be a PhD student in political science, so boring statistics. These are awesome statistics. Like
I didn't know that, but that's really cool.
In Thailand, they go for anal and
Well, listen,
female.
porn rules the world.
Yeah.
It really does.
It really does.
Because everybody has to come at some point, or they're going to lose their fucking mind.
Yeah,
Right?
it's an insane industry.
Yeah. Like we talked about this before.
Or-
If you don't jerk off every once in a while, you're not making good decisions.
As Chris would say, insane in the membrane.
Yes.
Sorry, we were making fun of Chris earlier for his Cypress.
Yeah. Well, we've been doing this for a while, and we're not entirely sober, so that's the best answer I could have asked for.
What's
Yes.
sober?
Yeah, exactly. I have no idea. So let's go. There's some things we haven't done. We have not done. We haven't done a Chris list in a while, but I think that during this break we didn't. Nobody buckled down on that one.
I already did one.
Yeah, you did one already. Why don't we do a top? Let's do a top three. Okay, top of my head, Brian, since you're the guest,
Sure.
How about a top three favorite TV theme songs? Go, Chris list. The Chris list.
Mary Tyler Moore.
Nice.
Nice. Oh, well done.
Yeah.
Topical.
Shout out to her, Mary. We love miss
Teenage
you.
Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, of course.
And Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
That's good. Okay. Good. Very good. Very good. I'll give
Yeah.
it.
Yeah,
I
you
like
had a good
that.
job.
Yeah.
Good job.
Cough like that.
Solid
Good.
list.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anybody else? Like off the top of your heads? Anybody else?
I
That
thought
one?
he was going to say Full House just because I thought everybody says Full House.
Well, it's a great one.
Doctor Who for me. I mean, I'm a classic. I watched since number 4.
And you've got a bunch of different versions of it.
Yes,
whatever
and there.
version
I
you
mean,
prefer.
that's one of the first ever television shows to use a synthesizer.
Didn't they use that thing?
Theremin.
Theremin.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yep. And it's pretty cool.
Yeah. You know what? Everybody go around. Just which one? Name a great one, Chris. Great, Chris. Great. You know what? I'm gonna skip you to Jer.
Actually, Dragon Ball Z. Like, if
Nice.
you don't like the show,
Yes.
but, like, it's got like some awesome fucking guitar stuff in the theme song.
Yeah.
And not to like go super off track, but like the first 2 to 3 seasons of Dragon Ball Z are some of like the best.
That's pretty good.
So great. I loved it like way before they got kind of on this like really like expansive like content where like episodes like dragged out.
Well, that's a show you have to be able to binge, because if you can't, you're gonna go insane.
Yeah,
But
but
you're gonna be like, last time on Dragon Ball Z, Goku was doing this. Oh,
it wasn't always
now
like that,
on Dragon Ball
though.
Z. Oh,
Like Dragon Ball is awesome. I like Dragon Ball a lot more than Dragon Ball Z because there's like so much more comedy, and you could just watch a random episode and get it.
Yeah.
And even like the first 2 seasons of Dragon Ball Z were like that as well. It wasn't until later in the series where they started like really doing that kind of like what Dragon Ball Z is stereotypically made fun of for, like the really long, drawn out stuff.
charge up moments.
I love Dragon Ball. All of Dragon Ball in the first 2 seasons of Dragon Ball Z are like
I haven't watched Dragon Ball, to be honest with you.
it's fantastic.
Can I give you my 2 and 3 real
Yes,
quick?
yes.
2 is Taxi.
Oh, that song's amazing.
And I
that
want to
song.
tie it with MASH because I'm a MASH fanatic. Both my sister and I were brought up on MASH. We weren't really allowed to watch like regular kid shows because we were losers, but we watched MASH and like
MASH is a great show. I
love
the theme
MASH.
song's so depressing.
it's okay. First 2 seasons before Alan Alda got behind the camera and
Right.
made it really depressing.
Oh, no,
Watch this, yeah.
no. The show isn't depressing.
Oh,
The
yeah.
show's great.
But
the
then
whole show's great.
Yeah, but when you get
The
in the later
theme song
season, oh well,
is depressing.
Suicide is Painless is
Yeah,
a
it's a
pretty
really
depressing song.
depressing song.
But I tied with Taxi, but I wanted to tell you just quick. I've been all over the world, lived all over the world, and the one people who don't speak English know every word to Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Of course they do.
That is a good one.
Yeah, it's up
But do
there.
they know every word to the entire
Theme
version?
song? Yeah,
Yeah.
from the plane. Yeah,
Yeah,
in First Class.
I just
they
had
skip
that as
that
a
over.
trivia question the other day.
The 35-minute long version, you mean?
Well,
No.
the version where I said, what does Will Smith do in the full version between his mother telling him to leave and whistling for a cab?
First Class.
And right, when most people are like, actually, this is really depressing. The answer I got the most was smoked.
Oh God damn it! You people suck.
Fuck you, white people. Yeah, seriously, that's fucked up.
This is why I was good at trivia.
Yeah, so yeah,
He gets
that
on a
was-
plane.
Yeah,
and he gets
on
bumped
a
to First
fucking
Class.
plane. You can't when he whistles for a cab in the show. He's already in Hollywood.
Orange juice in a champagne glass.
Exactly,
Come on, you
yeah.
idiots.
And I sprang it like,
Judging
quick,
you.
like lightning disappeared. Yeah.
Yes.
Fucking great.
I want to hear like the non-English speaking,
Oh my
Asian
God.
version.
That'd be amazing.
In West Philadelphia, born and raised.
No,
in the
You need to listen
playground.
to 100 drunk
It wouldn't be.
checks.
It wouldn't be. What's the word for that?
What?
It's not. No, there's a word for like the Asian kind of Asianification of English. I forget what it's called.
Oh, man,
Oh, so English.
It's called English.
English.
Yeah. English.
Oh, my Japanese
Not-
friend's screen name, I'm sorry to interrupt you, was Speak English. And he still has it.
Perfect.
That wouldn't be English though. It would be as if I was like singing like a Rammstein song. I don't know German, so I'm probably mispronouncing like the middles of words. I'm not even doing. It's not an accent. It's just wrong.
Yeah.
So they're just like leaving out portions of words,
Well, I think
little things that you don't
I
think
found
about.
more often that they know the words, they just don't know what they mean.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Yeah.
Jesus
And
Christ.
and
I'm gonna give a
And
quick,
Gable has left the building.
quick shout out to the Sailor Moon theme song real
Oh,
quick.
hell yeah.
What, I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
Sailor Moon.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
That is a doozy. It's a good one.
I'm gonna throw out the two best cartoon theme songs anyone has ever made. One, I say this is number two. Number two is SWAT Cats.
Yes.
That theme is actually both seasons. There's two different theme songs. They're both amazing. It's like a Top Gun theme, but like heavier. It's like heavy metal. It's fucking awesome. And the number one best theme song, which is kind of part of a movie, is Batman the Animated Series.
Oh, yeah. It's wonderful.
There is no better theme song to I don't think anything than that, with the exception of maybe All in the Family.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Batman the
was
Animated
my
Series might be like one of my favorite cartoons
It's
of all time.
it's the best cartoon show ever. I'm going to go ahead and say that. It's the best cartoon
Batman
show.
anime. Oh, yeah.
It-
Closely followed by Avatar.
It was so fucking good.
It's another thing you and I like and Monkey hates.
He's an idiot.
You know what's actually funny is
You don't like Avatar.
whenever Chris messaged me the books that were going to be on, he said The Rift. And I was like, what the fuck's The Rift? The only thing I could think of with The Rift was there was like a 3-book Avatar series called The
yeah,
Rift.
yeah.
I was like, is that what we're talking about?
It's an area in
That's a deep
Skyrim.
cut.
I was like, what are we talking about?
Where the Thieves Guild is.
There's comic books, and then there's comic books that are continuations of television shows.
Yeah.
That's a different level. Of
But it was funny because like whenever we got here and I saw the books, I was like, of course that's what we're talking about. But then you sat down and you have the Avatar shirt on.
Right.
Yeah.
And I was like, weird. Small world.
It all comes together in the end. So I don't even know what segment that. Oh, that was the Chris list.
Yeah,
So,
Chris list.
That's Chris list. Shout
Shout out to Chris Gamrat.
He listens all the time. You should come out, Chris. I know you live in Penn State. You should come out sometime. I was going to do what Chin's doing, but I feel like we don't even have the fucking steam for that. We do have
Are we still working
Hateful
around
Haikus, though.
with the TV shows?
Oh shit! Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, Dan.
I didn't-
Chris
yeah.
list.
Daniel.
Wait, did Jared go?
Jamin said something.
Jared?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He said Dragon Ball.
Dragon Ball Z.
The 3 best?
Or two, whatever.
Yeah.
Just 1 or 3. Fine.
Like of all time?
Yeah. Your
Oh.
favorites.
Psh, favorites of all time. This is simple. Twilight Zone.
Ooh.
Outer Limits. Alfred Hitchcock Presents.
Oh, wow.
Hands down.
Classics.
The 3 best series. Like, I mean, at any point those come on, I'm watching.
Introduction?
Well, no, we're talking about theme
Talking about the
songs.
The theme songs.
All right,
I mean,
Alfred
those are
Hitchcock.
good.
Twilight Zone, yeah,
Alfred
definitely.
Hitchcock Presents and Twilight Zone.
That song is called Funeral March of a Marionette.
Yes.
Is that what it is? Dun, 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 dun,
Yeah.
dun,
And it's like a full piece.
And it makes sense. When you listen to it, you're like, oh, I get that.
Yeah.
Adam's Family.
Of course.
Ah,
yeah. Iconic.
Shit. Yeah.
Just one real quick. I actually didn't like the show, but I love the theme song, All Real Monsters.
Oh man.
That's a
It's
great
yeah.
theme song. I didn't even really like the show that much. Was that a Danny Elfman?
I don't. It sounds
It
like
sounds
I
like
don't
an
think it is.
Elfman. Yeah.
I want to say maybe that might have been Mark Mothersbaugh from.
Oh yeah,
Devo.
from Rugrats and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, he does
Rugrats.
everything.
Yeah. Actually, all of those Nicktoons.
Yeah.
Actually, every Nickelodeon show from the '90s has a pretty great
Doug.
theme song.
Yeah.
They're mostly iconic. Like
Did I can't remember his name right now, which is really unfortunate. But did people know that like the head animator on Rugrats was the same guy from Aeon Flux?
Yes. They're a husband and wife combo, and I know exactly who you're talking about. And then name escapes me.
I never watched Aeon Flux when it was on.
You should watch it.
I've heard it's great.
If you like some freaky shit.
Well, yeah, of course. I'll mark it. I'll mark it down.
And I know who you're talking because
I can't remember his name. Somebody has a phone. Look it up.
yeah, I hate doing this. I'm sorry.
I was just given a shirt to wear for Trevor's birthday, which is later this evening. Trevor's turning 30. Let's hear for Trevor. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Trevor.
You made it this far.
Yeah.
Are you talking about Klasky Supo?
You can replace him if
Klasky
you want. Just
Supo?
grab another chair and just pull up and pull
think that's the
pull
name.
You can just sit on him. That's fine too.
I don't know. It's one of those like half facts that I know. It's like in my brain loosely, but not super attached.
What are we talking about?
That's okay.
I was just watching.
We're
them.
I looked up the animators and none of
The
them were
Rugrats Aeon Flux combination.
I don't know.
Probably from the later seasons then.
It's useless. All this is useless.
That's okay.
Yeah,
That's what we
this is
do.
all-
Yeah.
This is the whole basis of the podcast. It's useless shit. Yeah. So, so we have some hateful haikus to get to.
Okay.
Let's.
Hateful haikus.
Most of us wrote one. Let's get to it. Who wants to go first?
Mine's stupid, so let me get mine out of the way.
Go.
Okay.
Okay. I wanted to make sure, given the recent political events, to avoid them, so I did something kind of benign. Really benign. Great potential there. Show about adult magic. Whiny emo fucks.
Oh, is it?
Is it, shut up, monkey.
is it The Magicians?
Yes. It is.
I haven't watched it, but I know exactly what you're talking about.
So much potential there.
Yeah.
Just amazing. And I've heard that the second season is better. And much like our sleeping friend here, I get a lot of free time given my illness to just catch up on a shit ton of TV.
Right.
And it aired on moved to Netflix as of January. I'm like, hey, I'll check this show out. Cool premise. Holy shit.
Yeah.
It's just revolves around the most emo, most I don't want to take any broad sweeping generalizations. He's I take antidepressants, so I must be special. And I'm like, what about magic? I like this girl too, but I'm taking antidepressants.
So there.
You don't have a problem.
Yeah, that's exactly. No, and you know what? That's exactly how it is. This guy makes a problem out of everything, and I'm like, And I just said, this show has so much potential, amazing effects. I mean, they put out so much work. The design and set work on the show.
The Magicians?
Magicians.
I haven't seen it.
Terrible.
Okay.
I mean, but I've heard that the second season gets out of that motherfucker's head and into like the actual magic world. So I'll give it a chance.
I like magic.
Hopefully, Jamie was paying attention to all these.
Magic the Gathering.
Yeah, you don't have, you can skip mine.
Daniel, you want to go? Brian, you want to go? Who wants to go?
You can go
I'll-
first, though.
I'll go.
I'll have some more whiskey.
All right. This is my hateful haiku.
Okay.
Small, cold cubes of flesh scattered throughout everything. I just want salad.
Is it like chef salads? Like shitty chef salads?
It's an ode to the ham cubes at the Eaton Park salad bar.
Yeah.
Oh, fair enough. Yeah.
I was going to say the Pittsburgh salad.
They put them in fucking everything. And as I mentioned earlier, like, I don't really eat a whole lot of meat.
Yeah.
And I just want to eat something. There's like, there'll be like something that looks good, like some like cool like broccoli mix of stuff. And I'm looking and I was like, why the fuck did they put the ham cubes in there? Especially since there's another jar of ham cubes right over there. So if somebody wants to put the ham cubes in their broccoli like a psychopath, they could do that themselves.
You know what?
Fucking it up for me. Fuck them.
I was about to say something, but I'm going to let Jer handle this at the end. You'll see that we have a segment. Yeah.
Wait.
I can always pass it to you if you got a real
No, that's fine.
Wait, I just want to say
I can after
one
you.
quick thing because I know she'll never listen to this. When I was in grad school, a good friend's wife, followed him to from Buffalo to Pittsburgh to go to grad school with us. Okay, political science. We all went out to dinner. She ordered a steak salad, which we all know in Pittsburgh has fries and usually ranch on top.
Yeah, of course.
She broke down crying. Like we're like, what's wrong? Where are these fries for? I didn't order this. This is a mistake. Like, she freaked the fuck out. Like, she's full-blown tears, and we're all like...
And this is an adult person?
Oh, God, yeah, unfortunately. Thank God she's gone.
Oh,
But,
she
yeah.
sounds horrible.
No, she's not dead. She's just not married to my friend anymore.
Good.
But, like,
Okay, good.
she broke down crying because there were fries on her steak salad.
Wow.
Welcome to Pittsburgh.
I don't know what kind of adult would cry at the sight of fries
She did.
in the...
Someone who must have it pretty good
Yeah,
if that's
yeah, she
like
has.
the biggest
She has.
problem that you have at the moment.
No problem. She has no problem.
Problem. That's the fucking thing.
Oh, my
not
God.
a problem.
I'm totally going to tell my friend that.
This is what I want. This is what I want. I want whenever somebody starts talking, you have somebody who starts telling you about their problems. I want you to look them square in the face and say, "You don't have a problem. You have no problems." Like I want that to be this thing that we all do collectively, because what's going to happen is people either stop talking about their bullshit, and that will do us all a favor, and people start taking more action in their lives, eliminating these problems, which are really just their inability to endure a bit of discomfort or put forth some hard work.
Yep.
That's it.
How do you feel about Jay-Z's 99 Problems?
Oh, dear God.
Man, Jay-Z, that motherfucker really has no problems. In fact,
Thank you.
he has such a savings account of like unproblems that he could remove other people's air quote problem. Go, Becky's gonna.
I'm not going to disagree with you. I'm only going to counter with the fact about this time, a month or so after last year, we decided on someone who should not be named, who really has no problems and makes them.
Yeah, no, that's exactly
Kanye
it.
West.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
Jay-Z at least has his shit together.
Yeah.
Voldemort does not.
Yeah, but
We decided that Kanye West would not be named by us because we just
I have a lot of things to say about
Yeah.
both of those people, and I'm not going to say any of them.
yeah. Jared, hateful haiku.
Yeah, what's your haiku?
You said yours was like rage like.
Well, yeah, mine's going to sound real bad. Like, only we covered this last episode, but I am not entirely a white person, and I'm going to hope that's going to save me for this one. So here we go. The haiku is, "You are in my way. You're not a minority, but you act like it."
Is this girls that like claim that they're 1/18th Cherokee?
No. You were like sort of on the wrong track. Or the right track, sorry.
Is this like a trans thing?
No. Anybody?
These are
man,
This is from me driving today.
driving.
Oh, sorry. We were thinking too deep.
handicapped people.
Nope. No.
Oh, is this? I don't like using that word.
Old people.
Oh, close. Yeah.
okay,
You're,
then
you're,
no,
yeah,
go ahead
that
and
is
say
part
it.
of it. Sure.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, you're on. You're right. You're on there.
I don't get the minority thing. Senior citizens.
Yeah, but more specific than that. Like 50% of senior citizens are.
Can't drive. Shouldn't be driving.
I shouldn't say 50%. Okay, I was totally sorry.
Sorry,
Just-
I'm
just
really
let us know.
confused. Yeah.
It's about like later middle-aged white women driving. I don't know why, but they just for some reason. Hold on, I'm just gonna pause because Chris is just completely.
Oh,
I said his name. I said
He's
Are
okay.
you getting
just-
the show, Chris?
he just gave us the okay symbol, so he's okay.
But his belt's
he's,
half
he's
undone,
okay.
so-
He's fine. But yeah, no, this is about like later middle-aged white women who just for whatever reason feel like they can do whatever they want in traffic, and I don't know why. They just kind of take as much time as they want to drive or make a turn or walk across. Actually,
They straddle lanes. A lot.
well, actually, this person wasn't even in a vehicle. I was making a right, and there was a straight up orange "stop the fuck there" hand.
Yeah.
The hand symbol, the don't walk symbol. This woman's just strolling across the street, right in front of the car in front of me, just not even looking at the signal. Like the light's green, so I can go.
What a brat.
I wanted. Yeah, she's a fucking brat. Yeah.
She
Hey,
seems
those
like the
people.
kind of person that would just be too lazy to mix ham cubes in her own broccoli.
You're goddamn right.
Or cry
Most-
over fries in herself.
Exactly.
I'm gonna say that
What a brat.
most of the people in that demographic, not all of them, because my mom's one of the. Well, no, she's not older middle aged. She's just
So boomer.
middle-aged.
Women.
Older boomer
Women.
white women
Yeah.
can fuck off when I'm trying to
I
drive around you.
concur with that.
They could fuck off.
And they've had
period.
everything fucking handed to them, and they've ruined the economy. Fuck you.
Yeah.
It's like you didn't have to. You know what? I'm not.
Yeah, no. We'll
Yeah,
not
never
open that
mind.
thing.
Never mind.
We
That's
we
the
get
end of
it.
that. You get it.
We get
You
it.
Yeah, we're here to we're here to talk about
This is specifically about traffic, by the way.
all of this shit. All of this stuff combined is why we like cartoons and comic books because
Yeah.
we were so fucking sick of dealing with the asshats of the
Yeah.
real world.
That's a good point.
Yeah,
So
the real
let's
world
talk
sucks.
about the things that. Let's talk about our escapes some more.
There we go. So I think we have one more. Dan?
Daniel?
You go for it.
Yeah. Yeah, so I've been rewriting this last line.
Dan's are always really deep.
I've been rewriting this last line like 6 times. But yeah.
He's passionate.
Yeah, just because I think it's
You got to get it just right.
Yeah.
you do. You have to get it just right. So it starts. When your world seems bad, don't make your face look so sad. The end is still dirt.
People that don't have problems.
People that don't have problems. That is what my hateful haiku is about, including myself. This is not just the finger pointing out. You know, this is one finger pointing out, and four
fingers pointing back.
pointing back.
The end is still dirt.
It is more like
Perfect ending.
That is.
Yeah,
3 point back.
it is 3 pointing back unless you have a weird thumb. So it's 2 pointing forward.
It's
the thumb,
really hard to point back at yourself with your thumb.
Yeah.
Wait, with your.
Yeah, it's almost
Unless you
impossible.
have, is it the Siskel or Ebert thumb that bends backwards?
Yeah, but mine's still going over the top of my head.
Yeah.
So it's not hitting me right in the face now. Yeah.
yeah, that's it. You guys got it.
Yeah.
I'm sort of one trick pony tonight. I get stuck on something.
But it's a really solid theme, Dan, that we're going to hit on many more
Yeah, we're
times.
good. That's good. That's good.
It's good.
Like that. Like that. So where are we? Okay, let's get to the dregs. Who would like to present the dreg? Dan.
Dan.
That was yours.
Daniel.
Would you like the book?
Yeah, please.
Here we go.
So this is a fun book. I think this is. I really thought this was a fun
Are you
book.
being facetious?
No, not at all.
Holy shit, man.
This is. I enjoyed this book. It reminded me. Yeah, it reminded me of. I think if you're in Pittsburgh reading this and you lived in Pittsburgh for a while, you read this and you're like, yeah, I get it.
I agree.
So what this book is about? Written by Thomas and Nadler. I don't know where are we at? But yeah, Zach Thompson and Lonnie Nadler. Inked by whatever.
Who's the publisher? by
Lonnie
the way?
Nadler sounds like the side character in like a coming of age drama that like the neighbor character that's not attractive but likes the main character.
Yeah, but she's only unattractive because she has big glasses and wears like a jumper that's ill-fitting.
Yeah.
And then halfway through the movie, she gets contacts.
Like not
and-
a teen movie, not another
Yeah,
teen movie.
yeah, totally.
Lonnie
And
Nadler.
she's super smoking hot.
Yeah. Or she doesn't get hot and she kills herself eventually.
Yeah, exactly. Or she kills the entire school.
Or that, yeah.
Yeah.
We never really.
I love
looked
Not
at-
Another Teen Movie. Just
Yeah, I do too. It's a classic.
fantastic.
Continue.
So what this is about? It's Vancouver, British Columbia, and sort of the gentrification of that city. And what you're seeing is the first few pages, these areas that are being gentrified on the fringes are popping up these cool restaurants. You know, we're very familiar with this theme in Pittsburgh. Detroit is probably on those same lines. I can't think of any other cities that are gentrifying. as
Buffalo.
quickly.
I'm upset
Buffalo.
that you weren't here for our conversation on Edison light bulbs
Yeah.
earlier
Oh. We
had
and
a
how they're in
big
every
point
restaurant
about
that
that.
opens
Great.
up.
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong; those are nice. They add an ambiance.
Yeah, they look
like-
great, yes.
Yeah, they look fantastic. I appreciate those over those energy saver ones that look like a fucking Twizzler coming out of the socket, and they're like 1,000 times brighter than anything else, and you're just like, God damn it!
They make better ones now that are right over there, and they're not that bright. Those are the same ones.
But you just don't got to defend those. Those aren't abrasive light bulbs. But the Twizzler ones.
Those are the Twizzler ones.
Okay,
Those are Twizzler ones.
well, those are
Yeah,
yellow.
but
those white
there are
Twizzler
like
ones.
you're talking about the ultra like hydrogen
The
ones.
horrible
that if
ones.
Yeah.
it's like staring into the fucking sun. And then whenever one of those assholes with like an M3 has it on his high beams, you just want to get out of your car and murder them.
Yep.
Oh, for
yeah,
sure.
exactly
Yeah.
on the highway.
Yeah.
But
You just wanna
they make
drift
them for the
towards it.
house too.
Yes.
Yeah.
they
I
make
got
them
you,
for the
Daniel.
house.
Oh, yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
They're awful. Anyway,
Vancouver.
Vancouver. So what they're finding is, or what they're showing is, they're butchering homeless people and turning them into, fancy
Sausages.
Soylent Green.
food.
Yeah.
yeah, Soylent Green essentially, but it like sausages in whatever couture food.
Trendy.
Yeah. And then from there, it's about this homeless guy. You don't know. He's probably schizophrenic. He's addicted to drugs. And what this is following is him as he searches for his friend, who his squat was in this area that they recently exploded, and they're developing some new.
Degrassi.
Was that what? Oh.
I'm just making fun of Canada. I mean, they have free healthcare, and I'm jealous, so I got to make fun of them for something.
I mean, that's fair. Also, Drake.
Yeah, right?
Hashtag Drake.
I could make you
Hashtag
so you're not in the
God.
wheelchair anymore, man. That's great. Talking about not having problems.
Yeah, that's an actual problem.
Hashtag based God.
What's actually interesting, I don't want to sidetrack too much, but I was in Toronto recently,
Toronto's awesome.
and the amount of like references to Drake being from Canada that are in Toronto in the smallest ways is kind of overwhelming. They're really excited about the fact that Drake's from Canada and Toronto.
And they downsized Bryan Adams.
Because think about how many really famous Canadian, like how many people from Canada are like Drake famous in America. There's
Mike
like very
Myers?
few, like Ryan Reynolds.
Ryan Reynolds, Mike Myers.
Mike, yeah, but even Mike Myers fell off. Like,
I know. Well,
good
he's
shit
also
right
really
now.
difficult to work with, I hear. So.
Oh, well.
Oh, what about Ghostbusters? What's his name?
Well, Dan Aykroyd?
Dan Aykroyd. He's from Canada.
Yeah, but I mean, as far as like right now, pop mainstream.
Oh, right now,
like, if
I'm
you were to go to
sorry.
Canada right now, they'd be like,
I misunderstood.
Hey, guess what, guys? Drake is from here.
Well, I mean, that's the thing. Like Drake, like kind of like coined that term, the Six, which is like the 6 boroughs of Toronto or something like that.
What?
I guess like
Because he was the first famous black person from
Well, I
there. So he was
guess-
like, we got to make a term
Well, I
for like
guess-
this area. He had the naming rights.
I don't know a lot of this off the top of my head, but I guess there's like a bunch. Like it's almost kind of similar to how Brooklyn is, where you have like the different subsects of Brooklyn. In Toronto, there's kind of the same thing.
Yeah, there
and
is,
you
you're
know,
right.
Drake's like going through the 6 with his woes or whatever the fuck
Good
he's
Lord.
doing.
He was like fucking Degrassi. He's not from the ghetto.
Oh yeah, he has, but he has what he doesn't have problems.
Yeah,
No,
exactly.
that motherfucker has zero problems.
But
Like we always turn to Dan to see.
Drake
like,
kinda
this person have
put-
problems. Let's turn to Dan.
But Drake put Toronto. Drake put Toronto on the map. So I guess they're thankful for it. But anyways, the Dregs. Let's talk about some Listo, whatever it is.
Maple Leafs?
Listo,
Listo was the...
the drug in that.
It's like
Yeah.
a combination of heroin and marijuana, because he said it makes him paranoid, but it's like a heroin high. That's what I got from it.
Oh, that's good. Yeah. Or like
Heroin.
some sort of like fucked up amphetamine. You know,
Yeah.
like a speedball
awesome.
kind of thing.
Jared just said marijuana.
Marijuana.
Jared, this is why I
That's
miss
like
you so much.
a band name waiting to happen.
Marijuana.
But the story, I think the storyline is pretty simple. It's just the gentrification of an area of the city that's super shitty, just like Lawrenceville, just like
East Liberty.
East
Yeah.
Liberty, just like Braddock. You know, that like all that shit. And only the difference is like instead of Kickstarters and Kevin Seuss's, they're eating people, and which is essentially, I mean, if you think of it as sort of like a metaphor for what's happening in these shitty areas. You have a group of people who come in with a reasonable idea, gays, artists, people who don't have children to worry about. They create something beautiful, and then the money comes in, the corporations come in, the investors come in, the Walnut Capitals come in, and then they eat them. They
Yeah.
become consumed,
Yeah.
and what they feed on is the life that these people have injected into these areas, Allentown, places like that. Allentown's not far behind, and what is the result is the displacement of all of the life that was there, and what you're left with is this shell constructed around this facade of uniqueness and like artistry and craftsmanship, and you just have a bunch of money injected into this shit goes up. All the people who gave it any soul can't be there anymore, and then you have another another Monroeville Mall. You have another fucking anywhere in Florida.
I was going to say that I said I agree with exactly what you're saying, but there's like 3 levels, and I think the levels are different than what you said. The dregs, the people who are the homeless people in this case, are more like the people who already lived in an area that were, like East
Right.
Liberty or something like that, and then you've got the next level, which are the people who come in and they try to the artists and like people who don't have that much money and make them interesting, and then the third level of people, those are the people who are the corporation. They're coming in and like destroying, but at the bottom level, those people are literally getting eaten alive. Like everyone forgets about them. Like the people who came in with the good ideas. Those people are still fine. They're like, oh, you opened up, I don't know, fucking BRGR, cool. Like, that was your idea, and you came in here when it was cheap, and you know, you're going to be here. That's fine. But the people who were in that building before you, like, those people used to, like, live in that building or whatever. And I'm not saying that BRGR did this. I'm just saying, as an example. But the people who lived in that building in the first place, those people, who cares? Eat them. Doesn't matter.
Can I just say real quick? I will never ever agree with you about Surface. We never aired that, by the way, our disagreement. But I didn't really like this. But you are actually convincing me to go to the other side. Not so much, but I'm feeling that. I'm definitely seeing that about the gentrification.
Allegory.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Although I will say that there are districts like Braddock and Allentown that kind of differentiate because they're, and we'll stick up for those places because they are actually, what are you calling, resisting gentrification and actually trying to involve the local communities.
No, absolutely. And that's what I'm
East
saying.
Liberty and...
That's the middle level, what we're helping the bottom level instead of eating them.
I mean...
But... like, we all would be deluded to think that, like, places like Allentown and Braddock aren't on Walnut Capital's radar.
Oh,
like, they're
sure.
like they're honed in. They're like their sights are on those, and they're like, okay, where's the money? Where's the next development?
Yeah, there's a developer in Allentown that we don't like, and I won't say directly, but yeah, I know what you're saying.
Exactly. Like, so I like that book because of that, and I thought it was a fun book. Because of what I took from it and how I felt like they were presenting it. Yeah, I mean, eating homeless people is not the lightest. It's not light material. It's not lighthearted. But when you think of it as not necessarily them actually consuming homeless people, but them coming in and like consuming the life that's there. And creating something that's built on those bones.
You're looking at it as a metaphor.
Yeah.
And that's also why I really like this book as well. Obviously, Pittsburgh, there's a ton of this type of stuff going on, so it's easily relatable. And the other thing that I really like about this book too is that it kind of ends up focusing on the story of somebody that you would just like walk past in the street, like this, like somebody that you wouldn't, you'd be like, oh, there's just like, that's just a person there. It's just kind of like, rather than like focusing on the story of like a war hero or like some fantastic wizard or something crazy. This is like a story about someone who is just a simple homeless man looking for his friend. Mm-hmm. And I tend to find stories like that really captivating because like, I'm not a wizard. I'm a simple person. Or wizard, like, so as much as I liked curse words, just to go back to, the last episode, stories like this are really cool too, because it's like a slice of life, no pun intended with, the cover. Just a story about like a simple man looking for his friend with a much bigger overarching thing that's very real in like urban communities across the country.
Sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, him being a simple man, like I actually don't, because he keeps talking about his life before, and then he talks about his friend's life before. He keeps saying like the phrase that like what we were before we were the Dregs, and I'm pretty sure that he was a police officer.
Really?
Yeah.
Because he's keeping a notebook in his back pocket. He keeps recording all this stuff. He makes his like before he lost his shit and like started hallucinating and like doing drugs and shit. Like he has the habits of like a detective. So I'm thinking. Maybe at one point he was a detective, and I like just that. I don't know. He had to have been something that's a very I don't know. His attention to detail, even when he's like out of his fucking mind on drugs, he's shooting up like every other page in the show. But
he's clearly using it as a coping mechanism.
He is, but he's also the whole time high.
Oh yeah, right.
And so like his notes don't necessarily make sense, but his habits are that of somebody who is a really deductive person. And I'm curious to see if they go into like who he is, if they're going to go like full on allegory, or if they're going to talk about like him and like how it affects individual people, or both. Because if they did both, that should be dope as shit.
Do we know the print run of this? Is it one of anything, or do we know?
I don't think we know how many.
Okay.
Dan,
you guys have this is the second time you guys have completely brought me the other side.
Yeah, I don't know how allegorical they're going to get. But if his delusions are also part of the allegory, which is more commentary on, people who are talking like I will talk at times about gentrification and about these, places like Braddock or like Allentown, this delusion that things can stay on that cusp. things can stay in this like liminal state of like still a little rough and edgy, still artistic, still maintain that soul, where I feel like any time life starts to be injected, gentrification on like even from the level of just bringing places in like Work Hard or Brew Gentlemen or like these little things into a neighborhood, or that Kevin Sousa fucking restaurant or like Salt in Garfield. But once that happens, I think there is a momentum that's created, and it's delusional to think that we can stop it at a certain point. It's like, okay, this is enough. Like, this is enough right here. This is enough. And this is where it's going to stop. Because at the end of the day, it's the money that's going to talk. Like, it's money that's going to talk. And we've seen that time and again. And it might be crazy for us to think that we can dictate how far this is going to reach.
Well, yeah, that's definitely crazy to think that we have any say on that shit. Like on this most basic level that we're talking about right now, or on like the fucking, I don't know, national level or the international level, where it's like, I can't believe that Donald Trump's president. He's being a total distraction to all the real shit that's actually happening that's fucked up and really important.
But I mean, even more than that, some things that are good, things that are actually good. Things that we enjoy. We enjoy Allentown now. We enjoyed the what's happening in Braddock to a degree. We enjoyed the early phases of what was happening in Garfield, in Lawrenceville, and I enjoyed the periods of living in and around those places through that process of change. And
does that make us the people who are eating the sausages?
Oh, I'd say
I
we're
don't
the
know
middle
that it makes
people.
us. I don't know. I don't think it makes us the people who are eating the sausages. But I think like there's a part of us in those sausages. Okay. There's a part of us in there, and we're also consuming some of those sausage too.
Why can't we be the
like
middle
that, like
people?
whenever I forget what was it, the Twilight Zone, where she starts like taking pieces of the man and cooking it and then feeding it back to.
I know exactly the title of that one. It's going to drive me crazy. Sorry, go ahead.
And she starts
To Serve
feeding.
Man. It's actually called To Serve Man, and it's an allegory for a cookbook.
Yeah.
To Serve Man.
Right. And that's so we are the life, and we are also eating ourselves.
Yeah.
And I don't know. And if his delusions reflect that sort of that desire to be able to have it's like having our cake and eating it too, We are part of the process, but then we are also, as a result, part of the end result.
And destroying ourselves.
Yeah.
There was a part in the Dregs, and that's why I asked you to hand me the book. I was feverishly trying to find it that really struck with me the most. Just 2 panels in this book that fucked with me so much. So the homeless character who we're talking about, who's looking for his friend, in the journey of him looking for his friend, he finds another homeless person, a friend of his, that has committed suicide. Jumping off of a roof.
Yeah.
And she jumped off of a roof, and she is holding a note in her hand. But the character says, 2 panels, he says, bodies are like books. They all tell the story. And I was like, holy shit. And then the next panel is, sometimes you just don't feel like reading. And I was like, fuck.
But he's literally reading.
Yeah.
And the note that she's holding in her hand is, I'd rather my body rot than be eaten by the pigs.
Which she's telling him exactly what's going on, and
Yeah.
he just fucking glossed
And
over
I
it.
was just like,
Which maybe
even just
he'll come back to
saying
that.
it again is somewhat chill down your spine. That is deep.
Yeah.
As far as I would rather die than live in a society like this.
Well, that's the answer he's looking for, and he looked right past it.
Yeah.
Because he's fucked up, and he's not really paying attention. Exactly what you're saying. He just fucking glossed right over it.
Do you know what part? Something caught me too, and again, I didn't read into this at all. I think because I was reading it all quickly. The part that grabbed me had no words at all. It just broke my heart. This guy obviously knows because they're divvying up his portions of
Yeah.
a cow. But the moment they show him that they're going to give him a lethal dose of the marijuana, as Jared said,
Listo.
his face lightens up.
Yeah.
He
leans his own
he's in
head to
ecstasy.
the side,
Yeah, he's like, go for it, please take me. And it just, God
and they just cut his fucking head off.
damn it, man. That, no words at all.
Yeah.
That broke me.
Yeah, this is.
God damn it.
This
And,
whole thing
and
is-
they coveted his Cosby sweater. 'Cause remember, they said this sweater's legit, and I was like, oh,
Yeah, yep. And that's just God. It's I forgot about that part, Becky. But I remember when I read it, it really stuck out to me. And that's fuck. It's just all I. Now that you reminded me of that, I'm even further, more certain, more assured that this is allegorical.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
like
it's
we're
definitely-
gonna
You guys have completely pulled me over the other way.
like we will consume and eat this culture and discard it, kill what we don't want. But if there's something that we do like from it, oh, that's legit. Like I'll take that,
Yeah.
but discard the rest.
Yeah,
It's
that
worthless.
guy literally was a hipster and took the stupid sweater that guy was wearing, and then they ate him.
No,
Turn
but
them
that's
into
what it
food.
is. That's what how all of these things are constructed. Is you put on the facade, and that's the way that every social movement becomes it's disempowered. It's the wind is taken out of the sails from metal to punk rock to all of it. You take the facade, you wear the clothes, you put the uniforms on, you go out to Fashion Week, you have couture designers putting this shit on, you have people talking about it in magazines, and then all the wind is taken out of the sails of that. It becomes normal. But what you have is a facade and no life inside of it. You have a sweater without the life that used to inhabit that sweater. Like, you just have a fucking shell. There's,
That's a entirely different way of putting it.
yeah.
So the Dregs is as awesome as it is awful.
Yeah, this was cool. So let's go around. Brian, would you continue reading? Yes or no? Brian.
Fine.
Oh yeah, totally.
So we never explained this segment to you. At the end of it, we always just say like yes or no. Would we continue reading?
Yeah, I mean, I was on the last one. I picked that up 100%. Yes.
Becky, yes or no?
Much like Grizzly Shark, you guys have changed my mind. I will read it. Yeah.
All right, J-Man.
I wasn't sure, and then Dan convinced me.
Yeah. Jesus, Dan.
This has way more depth
Yeah.
to it than I thought.
I'm at least going to read the next one.
Yeah,
We should
I
put
mean,
this down as
of course
another
I will.
unanimous.
Yeah. It's unanimous.
Unlikely unanimous.
And one abstention.
And one abstention.
Listen, guys.
Oh, he woke
There
up.
he is.
You got coffee.
I know.
Oh yeah, you have
right?
coffee in front of you.
You need it.
It's fine.
Let's call it unanimous.
Yeah, let's call it unanimous.
I'm fine with it.
Okay. So we have a new segment called "This Is Dog Shit," and the J-Man is going to just tell us real quick about this
Yeah, this
book.
won't take long. Loose Ends was this book. Did anybody else read
I
this?
did.
I didn't
I
read
did.
that actually.
I did.
Becky,
I did.
You read it? What do you think?
It's dog shit.
Dog shit.
Yeah, I
Agreed.
hated it.
It's by Jason Latour, Chris Brunner. It's an image book. The cover says that it's a 4-issue Southern crime romance.
Oh, God.
Which
I'm already
sounds-
disinterested.
Yeah, which is like,
yeah.
what? And it's just a bar fight.
Yep.
Yeah,
Right?
that's it.
The whole
That's it.
thing's a bar fight.
That's it.
It's a
just
bar fight.
it's a bar fight. It's like a dirty drug dealer, piece of shit, and gets in a bar fight. That's it.
Shoots his ex-girlfriend
You know, it's
by
funny.
accident, or she
Shitty
gets shot.
story,
Yep.
shitty illustrations. I hated every moment.
Can I look at the book?
The
I haven't read it,
coloring's
but
kinda
Yeah, I
This is-
haven't read it either.
Well, the coloring tells like the emotions, I guess. But
Yeah.
I want to see it at least.
Yeah, just give it a look. That's
I
all
think
you
it
need.
has the
Just look
what
at
you
it.
were talking about, the type of the coloring and the drawings that you don't like. I think is
I
exemplified
can't believe
in there.
I'm just looking at the cover and I can't believe Image put this out.
You know, I bought this book instead of buying the book called Slayer by the band Slayer.
Oh God, why? Bad. You chose poorly.
I don't know. I
really?
flipped through the Slayer. It's a fucking comic book that's by Slayer,
Slayer. Yeah.
but they didn't write it or have anything to do with it.
Probably would have sucked too, but
Yeah,
it would have been probably more entertaining.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
there was a Kiss one that came out recently too, and we forwent.
4-1.
That one was forgone because I mean it's.
Did you
I'm
guys
not gonna
talk
read a
about it?
fucking
I don't
goddamn
remember.
Puts
Kiss.
out tons of books, but I
They
don't know
put
if
out
they're,
all kinds
if
of
they're
shit.
any
I
good.
don't know. Even the Alice
They've been
Cooper
putting them out.
wasn't good
They've been
either.
putting them out for years though. Kiss though, they
Yeah.
have tons of books.
Dude, same with Danzig. Danzig has a whole fucking comic line, and some of them actually look rad.
Yeah.
Yeah, like they look really fucking cool. I went through. He's got a ton of titles. He writes some of them, and he has a bunch of other like whatever.
No way.
I trust Danzig to
artists
like
and
do
others.
something to actually like comic books though.
Yeah,
Like I don't really
yeah.
trust like Slayer or fucking maybe I don't
Maybe
know.
Alice Cooper.
Maybe
he's
Alice
getting
Alice
older.
Cooper will
They're-
be like.
Kiss, like I don't think Gene likes comic books. I think he just wants money.
Yeah.
I think Gene likes money, and he will say whatever he has to say.
He
to get
is
the-
Yeah.
like good at what he does, though. I mean,
Oh, he's
he
great.
does
He's
like
great at what he
money,
does.
but like
Of course. Oh, he gets a lot of money. Yes, he
There-
has a lot of
You
money.
like money too?
Gene likes money, and he has a lot of it, and he's good at that.
Why is there 8 pages in this that have no text?
You
Look,
need to read Black Widow #1.
No. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's 8 pages with no text, and half of these are like full page images
Bar
that are
fights.
like artfully split up into like chunks of 9 to make it look like it's a comic.
Yeah, I guess you're.
Yeah.
The whole middle
of
of this book has no text. There's just a
That's
fight.
the bar fight, right? That's what that is.
Yeah,
the
it's,
whole like middle of the book is a bar fight.
The bar fight, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's just
honestly,
terrible.
sometimes in books, like, I enjoy that. Like, I like when people have these like really well done. And we talked to Patrick Olaf about this, who
Yeah.
draws for Rough Riders,
Aftershock.
on Aftershock. When it's done really well, it's cool. And when there's like no or very very little text, like in your eye flows through it. These aren't as artfully done or as thoughtfully done. But what's really fucking sad about this book, the saddest part for me, is I read the last page, and this dude's been writing this book for 10 fucking years.
Oh,
really?
You know,
10
Yeah.
years.
I think you and I are the only people that read those little. I've been pouring my soul into this. you know?
I don't hate the artwork at all.
No, I don't hate
It's
the
cool.
artwork either.
The artwork is okay.
I hate the
I guess-
story.
Like, okay, so this is book 1 in a series of 4, supposedly. There's no time for the characters to develop, or for you to care enough to have an 8-page thing with a fight
I think
that you
there's-
could be invested in. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
fair.
you're
That's
you're right.
absolutely fair.
Unless they're using the fight just as kind of a the hinge point of the fulcrum of what the whole story. Like if the
8
fight is the
pages?
basis of it.
But that's where I
8
got.
pages, though?
I mean, we're
Give
not.
it a haircut. Give
much
it like
Chris-
2 pages. We can get what's going on.
Yeah, but
A
much
fight
like
happened.
Chris, I'm also not retarded.
That's the thing too, is because like this isn't even a full 8 pages of like right here, this image that you're looking at, and I apologize for people that can't see this.
Right.
But this is, there are 15 panels on this page, but 9 of them are actually one image that has been divided into 9.
Yeah.
Actually, so there isn't even 15 panels. There's 11 panels on this page.
Yeah. I mean, I see what you guys are saying.
It seems just kind of like lazy and quick, trying to take up pages rather than like filling it with story.
I
Yeah.
think the story is terrible. The art's not terrible. It's
The
just
art looks good,
It's just to
and
me,
It's
that's
very stylish.
in high school. I tried to do a comic book actually with Chris's brother. Shout out,
Yeah.
which is how me and Chris know each other. And my issue was I could draw really well, but I couldn't do a story. And he was trying to do the story, but it didn't really work out. But anyways, what I'm getting at is I feel like this is somebody who has artistic talent, but no talent as far as like a dialogue goes.
This is a team
It's
of
not the
4
same
people.
guy.
It's a team.
It's 4
This is a
people.
team of
Jason
4
Latour.
people.
Yeah,
Yeah.
All right, well,
There are 4 people
I
who've
can't.
been working on this for a
10
fucking
year, a decade. Yeah.
Then I
Yeah.
really can't.
Latour talking at the end?
Well, I think the writer is the one who wrote the diatribe at the end.
I don't think I have anything nice to say about this. Then I'm
Dog,
really.
that's why it's
I
in the segment
apologize.
called Dog Shit.
I apologize. And the art looks good, but
No,
In-
sorry.
To
I trust Latour. I like the art in this. I haven't read it, so I can't really make a judgment. But I don't know. I'll read it and I'll see what the next one is probably like.
And
'Cause
uh,
I have
That's
a
what you always do.
problem.
this is the story. This man, and like, I feel bad shitting on somebody's artistic expression.
I'm the same-
this much. But the story doesn't have a lot of depth to it. It's a pretty straightforward story, pretty cut and dry.
Sorry.
But in this diatribe in the back, he's talking about, I was too prideful to quit, and talking about we dug a foxhole together and turned my little slap fight into a war. It's like, You trying to fucking a war against a fucking story that
He doesn't have
this
any
is the product
problems,
of your
Dan.
10 years.
He doesn't have any
You
problems.
don't have any. Hey, you don't have any fucking problems. I'm telling you this right now. This in the back. That's why it's so insulting. Thanks, Becky. It's
You're
because you
welcome.
don't have any fucking problems.
You know,
a little hard work, a little time.
as an artist, it's really easy to put yourself on a pedestal sometimes and be like, I have this grand idea. But if you have a really good idea, it's going to speak for itself.
Right.
Like, in case in point, like, we talked about the Dregs for like 45 minutes, just diving into like how it related to things that we were able to relate to and, you know, picking apart the metaphors that might not even be there. But we were able to talk about it for that long, passionately. And this, it's just like, whatever. You know, loose ends is a fitting name for this because I don't know what the fuck what's going on with this. There's a lot of loose ends. Yeah. I have no idea what's
But
happening.
I think
Well
the artist,
played.
as opposed to the writer, is the saving grace. Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So,
So dog shit.
Yeah. So, Jared, is it dog shit or not?
Oh yeah, it's dog shit.
And Jared knows all. So,
So,
Yeah, we talked about that way too long.
Yeah, all right. Well, you know what? I know. Well, I feel we can.
I was like,
we can
I'm
just stop now because, like,
Yeah,
we
we
have,
got-
like, Dan, I'm sure Dan, not other Dan. God damn it! I'm sure Dan
Son of a bitch.
There's a
would
lot of
like
people here.
to talk
yeah, we all
about the
wanted to
few
voice
as well.
We're gearing up.
Yeah.
Gearing up for a party.
So yeah, we're about to
Yeah.
have a party here. It's Trevor's fucking birthday. Happy birthday, Trevor! He's
Happy
30.
birthday, Trevor.
We're having an emo
Old
party.
as
So
fuck.
we're all going to be wearing black eyeliner. So you can find us at grownuphumans.com.
I ain't.
epicastnetwork.com/grownuphumans, iTunes, Stitcher, Facebook, YouTube at grownup comic people, Twitter, Tumblr, Instagram at grownuphumans. Brian, tell us where to find you.
Hey, just go to your social media of choice and /the real Sykes with an I, not a Y.
Good. That's good.
yeah.
Like that.
SIKES.
Like that. Let's go around the table. Everybody say goodbye. Brian,
Goodbye.
Becky,
Nasaan
J-Man,
See ya.
Dan,
Yo.
Chris. Is he still alive?
No,
All right,
he said
he's not
Dan
See you later.
instead of Daniel.
Oh.
If Chris
My
was here,
goodbye, my goodbye is, remember, guys, you don't have any fucking problems. But if you have some legitimate problems, I really hope that they end soon.
And that you have pancakes.
Yeah, that's what I was waiting.
Yes, thank you.
If you go eat some pancakes, and hopefully it'll be okay. Hopefully get some pancakes soon.
Well, I hope they end soon. And while you're experiencing them, don't forget to count your pancakes.
Yeah. at your mom's house where Dan is. Daniel,
I'll be at your
sorry.
mom's house.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Yeah,
peace out. Thanks for having me.
I'll see you later. Yeah, thank you for having me. Yeah, thanks for
thanks
coming,
for coming,
Brian.
man.
Hopefully you're having a good time.
People! Grown-up human comic people!
Epicast.